Okay, so we have to talk about this. This is massive news for Marathon. What just dropped today is kind of like the roadmap, kind of, for like the next year for Marathon and what's to come. And there's huge pieces of information here that's going to completely change the game. And this is kind of like what I've been talking about with like Bungie potentially coming back from like very low lows and going to really high highs. So I'm really hoping they can do this for Marathon. And yeah, let's just go over it right now. So here's a short version. With the first season of Marathon, they created a very strong core community, and they're embarking on a multi-season journey built around growing from the seed of this like really strong community they have right now. Because like whoever is playing, they're playing a lot. So they're looking to solve some pain points for players. One is making the game less grindy, so more rewarding. I love hearing that because that's one of my pain points. I do believe that the game is very grindy. So if they can make it more rewarding, that makes me want to play more. So I think it's awesome that they're going to work on that. Making improvements to things like UI, UX. Love hearing that because playing on controller is such a pain in the ass. It's so much easier to be on a mouse and keyboard, swinging around, grabbing and picking up items. Like, they need to fix that for a controller. Matchmaking has been awful, so I'm hoping they improve that too. The endgame meta has been awful, like the grenade spam meta I've been talking about before. So fixing that. Playing as solos and duos, yes, please, because that's been, well, duos is just missing. Playing as solos sucks. So if they can iron all those things out, that's going to be a huge improvement for the game. Smoothing out onboarding. For new players getting into this game, it's not a good experience. So if they can fix that, that'd be amazing too. So the fact that they're working towards that and they're realizing where the pain points of the game are at is really nice to hear. We're also going to build out more of the core game. So they're going to be adding new fun and mind-bending content, whatever that means. New and updated zones. So they're going to update, the existing zones and add a new one. So that's exciting. I assume the new zones might be other areas of the planet or maybe another area of the Marathon ship. I don't know. New runner shells, new enemies, new weapons, loot, and more. Love hearing that. They're going to be building systems to make progressing more interesting. I really like that as well. We want to build more survival experiences for different moods, like if you want to full sweat or lean back and chill. So exploring more pure PvP, pure PvE, and PvP light experiences. That sounds amazing. So they might have a PvP only mode, or they might have a PvE only mode. That's like what I've been wanting out of this game, honestly. So that's the most exciting thing on here. Continue experimenting with experimental cues to learn more around these experiences. That's so amazing to hear. Other highlights. We're bringing back duos for Season 2 with a rotating duos queue. Love hearing that. I can't wait for Season 2. That's really exciting. I can actually play with my friends without having a shitty third when we don't have a third friend online. That's amazing. We're testing some experiments in Season 2 around PvE and PvP light modes. So they're not going to do the pure PvP mode around Season 2. They're going to experiment with some experimental playlists for PvE first, and then the PvP light. So that's good. That's good. We're expanding the max size of your vault and increasing faction progression rates in Season 2. Nothing bad about that. We'll talk more about Season 2 content like the night version of Dire Marsh called Night Marsh. The new Cradle progression system, that's interesting, I don't know what that is. New Runner Shell Sentinel on the week of May 25. So in about 10 days, we're going to find out a lot. If this summary has your interest piqued, read below for more info on these topics. This is amazing. If they can accomplish all this in like the roadmap of the game, I really do feel like Marathon can be going places, and maybe Marathon might really be my true like daily driver game, the game I play every day that I'm so excited to play, that I play for years. Maybe. I think reading this makes it sound like it could happen. Alright, 3 months later. If this was a recording, this is where you'd hear me press play, the synth beats with the lulling hum of a playful but elusive bass line would collide with your eardrums and my voice would greet you with a warm and simple hello. So let's just imagine that's happening and get started. Nearly 3 months have passed since we flung you across the stars and crash-landed you into the dangerous and mysterious lost colony on Tau Ceti 4. For the development team, myself, and all the talented teams at Bungie and Sony that have been supporting us, it's been quite a wild ride. From launch to now, we've watched you tackle the challenges of Tau Ceti, learn to navigate its threats, discover new ways to engage with one another, and create infinite, unique stories of survival. And through it all, we've been watching, listening, and trying new things in an effort to learn more about you all. As we come closer to the end of our first season and the subsequent start of Season 2, we wanted to take some time to reflect on the learnings of Season 1 and how that informs our thoughts about what we want to achieve as we build for future seasons. So please come take a walk with us as we reflect a bit on Marathon. This is exciting. Alright, let's see all the details. So before, Marathon's roots go back to the original trilogy of the 90s, where you, as a lone security officer, defend a colony ship above the distant planet of Tau Ceti 4. Your fight for survival begins a long journey of discovery in which you learn about ancient alien races, the dangers of AI evolution and rampancy, and the complex nature of dimensional reality, among other themes. As we move towards bringing those ideas to life, we brought together a team to make a social survival experience, one built around a few core concepts and themes. 1. Everything is potentially dangerous. So they want to create an environment where everything is a hazard or a threat. This includes fauna and flora to indigenous to the planet, weather patterns, NPC enemies, and other players. 2. Preparing is important. Feel high value in bringing and utilizing the right resources for the problems you encounter. I love these two. They're great. Number 3. Every run moves you forward. Ensure every run feels like it's pushing you forward, raising the floor in your possibilities. I really like that because sometimes, like right now, the game feels like when you die, you lose everything and you don't feel like you're moving forward, and it doesn't feel very good. I'm a good player, so like I win a lot, but I can only imagine for average or below average how that shitty must feel, because you're just not moving forward at all. So if they can improve that, that'd be great. Bigger risk, bigger reward. Create an environment where you can take on more risk of death to gain better rewards. Create an environment where you can take on more risk of death again. Oh, that's nice. Number 5, use your judgment. Focus on open-ended decisions. Let players tackle challenges in open-ended ways. Fight, flee, and invade based on your judgment of the scenario. Create loose alliances. Compete to gain resources for your own betterment, or wait out the battles and scavenge the field. Yeah, just all those. The game's already like that. Although very rare to have alliances, I would say. Number 6, surviving matters. Prompt players to consider survival as a core win condition and ensure that living feels successful. Yeah, I mean, it's already kind of like that. Building on these concepts, we constructed the game around high-impact decisions, feeling the push and pull of making a game that felt too complex, confusing, and punishing versus one that felt learnable and punishing enough to keep survival as a central theme. We iterated with expanding groups of players, making shifts in our core gameplay and features. We got feedback through our tests. In the end, we landed on a game where we felt we had achieved the balance in which we were provoking players to learn, take risks, feel the glory of successfully surviving, and the tragedy of catastrophic failure. All in the pursuit of creating compelling stories of traversing the mysterious and dangerous environment on an alien planet. And then we put that game in a canon and launched it into the world beyond us. So I feel like for the most part, from 1 through 6 here, they achieved 1, they achieved 2. 3 does not feel great. 3 doesn't. They didn't do a good job on that. Number 4, bigger risk, bigger reward. Yes. Number 5, yes. Number 6, yes. So I feel like the only thing they missed is number 3, because if you lose, you're not gaining anything really. So, what went well? Out of the gate, it was exciting to see the core community build around the tense survival experience we created. A sheer number of stories the community has shared of their moments running across the planet, battling the UESC, getting into heated fights with other runners, and yes, sometimes dying to the errant tick nest or poison plant, were overwhelmingly inspiring. The love we've seen for the world we've created has been unimaginably exciting as well. Fan art, lore videos, video edits, and music shares have been a common staple of our internal chats. For all of this and more, we are highly thankful for the community that has come to join us for this first season. If you're the reason we do this, you are the reason we do this, and our gratitude for all of you cannot be expressed enough. Throughout Season 1, we've also been building a lot of muscle to deliver more responsive and iterative live game to match the pace at which players have been playing. We launched Cryo Archive, our first endgame map, and ranked mode. I still have problems with that, how they're like not on it, like one of those modes. I don't care if it's Cryo, and I don't care if it's ranked, preferably ranked. but one of those modes needs to be available the entire week. I never really got to play ranked much this entire season, but I got to play Cryo, and Cryo is a fantastic endgame map. It's awesome. We launched our experimental queue, including experiments around duos and sponsored kit queues. Duos needs to be in the game. The sponsored kit queues is interesting. I don't know how I feel about it. We've tackled the variety of balance patches and hotfixes as we've seen problems in the live game. They have been updating the game pretty frequently, I have to say. Like, compared to Destiny, they're like pumping out those hotfixes, which is nice to see. But the game still has a bunch of problems, in my opinion. We launched the mid-season carry initiative focused on playing with and against others in new ways. I think carry system is good, positive. With each release, we've been learning and getting better at understanding the needs of our live game operations and upgrading where we've seen opportunities. But as many of you know, Season 1 has not been without some hiccups and challenges. 100% agree. So let's discuss these a bit. All right, let's see what we've learned. Let's see. So where do we start? Well, developing a new game is always a challenge, and creating a live game 2026 is no simple effort. There are millions of moving parts to a game, especially a player-driven and systems-dense game such as Marathon. Let's start at a high level with some themes we've observed around Marathon game and community. So number one, Marathon is overwhelming to learn. I think it's not a great onboarding process. I have to agree with that, especially for like anyone average or below average. They're gonna have a bad time getting into the game without like friends guiding them, I think. Marathon for new players can be an overwhelming experience. After a short tutorial, you're often thrown into the fire to learn a lot of concepts, navigate a lot of screens, filter through a ton of loot, and build muscle memory with a lot of mechanics fairly quickly in a hostile environment where other players can bring you down and take your stuff. 100% agree. They need to fix that if they want mass adoption. It's easy to hit a wall if you're not spending lots of time. Don't hit a consistent crew or are not super skilled. 100%. That has been my problem this whole game, man. Oh my god. Don't have a consistent crew. That was my biggest problem. Now, like, obviously, if you have duos, that fixes my problem. So that's already something's getting addressed. But if you're not good at the game, you're gonna get shit on the whole time. And that doesn't feel good either. So yeah, if you're not spending a lot of time in the game, that's also a problem. You're gonna get shit on by other people. So like, there's so many problems there. It's truly a big one I need to solve. So let's see what they say. Matches can feel like a death spiral for some players. You kit up, you go in, you die to a spawn rush, or someone gets the jump on you as you're looting. Yep. Faction progress can feel like a slog, and you struggle to get mats and credits out to upgrade. You rarely get out of that loop, and the end game of Cryo can feel so far away as you inch your way forward in the precious hours you have to play every week, and doing it solo just makes it all harder. Yep, agreed. Still figuring out the balance mix of the end game. Oh, here we go. Yeah, before I even read this, I've been complaining nonstop about bubbles, nade spam, and basically constant self-reviving of each other. It's like drags out the battles. The battles are just horrible, honestly. I don't enjoy them. So they said bubbles, nade spam, and snipers can make it feel like every engagement at the end game with all the stuff everyone has accumulated is chaotic, fast, and stressful in a bad way. I agree. Taking time to make important tactical decisions can feel like a luxury. Spawn rushing and lobby clearing are dominant strategies that pull the pacing too far and make matches too predictable. Matchmaking can be a blessing or a curse. They need to fix this meta. This grenade spam meta, throwing bubble shields everywhere, constant self-reviving with all that bullshit is horrible. I hate the meta. They just need to fix that. Sometimes you don't want to sweat. Gripping your precious loot every moment as you creep your way to the exfil while spinning your head around like a chicken to make sure another runner doesn't drop on top of you with a shotgun is a fun and intense experience. But after a few runs of that, sometimes you need to power down and just want to frag out or relax and play a different way. It's hard to find that chill moment in Marathon. 100% agree. It's like non-stop hardcore as fuck the whole time. It's a lot, honestly. It's hard to get more casual friends involved in that kind of stuff. As we've been learning these lessons, we've also been experimenting and observing some additional areas to help us explore avenues to improve Marathon. Number 1, sponsored marsh and perimeter are helpful to create a more chill environment to play, especially if you've just been stomped or want to focus on getting some quests done over duking it all over loot. A lot of people have been playing the sponsored kit queues, and we're excited to see how it helps the overall loop of economic gain and progression. So they're trying to see if there's chill modes, basically. That's nice. Sponsor kits can be a good way to up the floor over the season and help recovery. Escalating from lower end kits to middle end kits over the season can make it easier to get back into the fight, especially for players who play less. I 100% agree with that. Like mid-season, late season, and you're just getting this shit ass kit when you don't have any money. Like some of my friends have no money and they want to hop in. They have this white shield fucking kit. They're gonna get shit on. Like it's it's just stupid. They need to up those sponsor kits. I completely agree with that. Our matchmaking systems need different dimensions. In Season 1, they were focused on making sure players with less experience and knowledge were being kept away from those with more. That's the level-based matchmaking. This resulted in some good, which is newer players being protected for longer, and some bad, which is some unfortunate small pooling happening in the later parts of the season. The result was a constant battle we fought between match quality and queue times. We need to be careful with how many queues we're running. Throughout the season, we've added more queues, which inevitably split the population more and led to some increased queue times. As we go into future seasons, we want to be more judicious with how we handle the amount of queues better. That makes sense. We've been absorbing so much over this season thanks to feedback, research, and play data from you all. It makes our heads spin sometimes. We're dizzy with it, but learning is just a first step to improvement, so let's discuss what we're planning next. Okay, here's what's coming next. Where we want to go. This is the really exciting stuff. When we were bringing Marathon out for our players, our aspiration started with a simple statement. We want players to experience the thrill and danger of surviving on the edge of an explored universe. Our plan is to commit to that mission by going deeper and expanding on that definition. To that end, we have two main paths we're walking down, starting with Season 2. Number 1. A better seat-gripping experience with more mind-bending sci-fi. What the fuck does that mean, right? First and foremost, we want to continue to evolve the challenging and intense experience that our players have come to love with leaning further into the wild world we've created. We want to build on it with new content and systems that challenge you in ways to grow, collaborate, and compete with one another in your quest to thrive in Tau Ceti's deadly environments. New zones, zone changes, and variants, new shells, new weapons, new equipment, and loot galore. Jesus, I cannot read today. I'm having a hard time. New systems that change how you progress in a season. New contracts that add to the journey of exploration, gaining favor with the factions, and changes to the parts of the game that meaningfully help you re-examine what you already know. In Season 2, we'll be starting that journey with some things we'll be adding to the mix, including a new dimension of a challenge with a Night March, a new defensive runner shell sentinel, new weapons and equipment, a revamp to how you acquire runner shell stats to give you more options with the cradle. I don't know what the cradle is. And increased progression rates for faction runner shells. So they're already adding in Season 2 a brand new map. It's basically Dire March with the night version of it, but I really don't know what night gameplay looks like yet. So beyond Season 2, we're working towards some interesting ideas that will help escalate the game and bring new areas of Tau Ceti to life. As we develop this new content, we're focusing on how we can bring new and interesting challenges to the game for both veterans and newcomers alike. Just a note, these ideas are in development, and so in the interest of transparency, we're going to enumerate them below. They'll likely take better shape and change as we... Okay, so they're going to tell us what their ideas are, they're going to get some feedback from Season 2, and then kind of figure out more details from there, right? 1. A new zone that leans more into alien elements and mind-warping debuffs. I really like more aliens. I'm so tired of bots. So going into a map with more alien elements would be so sick. 2. New enemies from Tau Ceti and beyond, big and small alike. I like new enemies. That means aliens to me, so I really want to see that. Next is new weapons that fill out the battery side of the arsenal. I like that. New ways to exfil that create interesting trade-offs between how much loot you carry versus how safe they are. I really like that too. We're also dedicating a strong effort to smoothing out the experience and solving issues we already see, as well as any new issues that arise, in a quick and responsive manner. This includes not only balance changes and improvements to the user experience, but also ensuring you can find good value in playing a little as well as playing a lot. I like that because the game is such a snowball effect right now. And then you can better find that right challenges for your gear and skill level as you grow in the game. So in Season 2, we'll be adding a duos rotating. Okay, finally adding duos. It's going to be making Season 2 so much better already. We'll be adding a new matchmaking system that helps players find better quality matches with more flex for higher end players. That's good. Next, we'll be expanding the max size of your vault. Great. Season 2 and beyond, we'll be working on a set of UX improvements to help make setting goals and getting into the match smoother. I think that's kind of disappointing, honestly, because I want to see something about navigating with a controller better. Like, let me use my freaking D-pad, bro. Like, why is that not an option? I can go through the menu so much faster like that. Okay, and for Season 3 and beyond, we're working on improving on onboarding experience to make it less overwhelming for new players. Great. We'll be making changes to the contract system to improve how you interact with priority contracts. Alright, so that was all under a better seat-gripping experience with more mind-bending sci-fi. So they're just trying to introduce aliens or, you know, things like that and improve some systems. Now, this is the second thing they want to do. This is all over, yeah, the two big things they want to do with Season 2. So that's one. Next is more options to chill and new survival experiences. The second theme is about how we want to evolve Marathon as a whole to be an experience where you can find more novel ways to play when you're stressed out from a nail-biting run and just need to cool off or have fun without the stress. Options where you can go full sweat or lean back and chill. This means new ways to play that accommodate different friend groups, moods, and time availability to allow you to experience the thrilling survival of Tau Ceti in a way that fits your needs. Thank you. The game needs to be less hardcore to be able to play with different friends and stuff like that. This is great. In Season 2, we'll be experimenting with two modes, one at the beginning of the season and one towards the middle and later half of the season. The experimental mode at the beginning of the season will focus more on PvE, but with a light touch of PvP. So they're doing a PvE and a PvP light, okay? The second experimental mode will be a PvE only mode that's focused on crews being tasked with completing objectives together, making some progress across matches. That sounds sick. We'll continue to run experimental queues beyond these two offerings for Season 2 and beyond, testing the waters around other mechanics. Okay. Such as perhaps a purely PvP focused mode. That sounds awesome. I really want that too. With the potential for these to become part of the core game loop or permanent new ways to play. Big things coming down the line. So with all this talk about the future, let's wrap this up with one last reflection on this year-long journey we're going to take together. Hold on. Okay, let's focus for a second here. When Season 2 drops, they're already going to have duos, thank God. But their new experimental mode is going to be PvE with PvP light. So I wonder what that means. Does that mean there's only going to be like one other team or two other teams on the map and that's it? That sounds interesting. And then the second half of the season later on, it's going to be a PvE only mode. That's going to be huge. I think it's going to bring a lot of like casuals to the game. And they're saying they're going to continue testing the waters. They might do a purely PvP focused mode. That's a maybe. So, oh no, on that one. All right, so now and after. So going beyond Season 2. This is the last part. If this were a recording, this is where I'd pause the music and bring my hands together and stare thoughtfully off in a distance. I'd begin to say something and then probably stop myself and take a few deep breaths before continuing. Today we're approaching the end of Season 1, but our eyes are on the road from here to beyond 2026 and into 2027, and our hands are working to pave that road as we speak. The journey ahead is one that will see the game expand in scope, depth, and breadth for what it has been for Season 1, and all in the interest of bringing to life that vibrancy and passion that we have as a team for sharing our love of survival challenges with you all. To look more directly at our plans and goals for the next year. Holy shit, okay, they got Season 2, 3, 4, and 5 here. Okay, let's see. Season 2. Season 2 is on the horizon. We'll be sowing the seeds for a lot of our future plans via new content such as Sentinel and Night Marsh systems. Sorry, the new Shell Sentinel, Night Marsh map, revamping some of these systems, and then experiments around new play modes. So that's basically what Season 2 is all going to be about. Season 3, we're planning to introduce a lot, and I mean a lot, of revisions to our early experience, including big updates to Perimeter, alongside a new runner shell, and additional no spoilers content, so not saying too much. Season 4, we're focusing on building more depth into the existing extraction loop, don't know what that means. And then Season 5, we're looking to bringing a whole ecosystem of PvP, PvE play together and evolving our weird sci-fi world in new ways. Okay, so it sounds like Season 2, we're basically going to get our experiments, right, for PvE only mode, PvE, PvP light modes. We may or may not get that PvP experiment. Maybe in Season 3, 4, and 5. Sorry, maybe Season 3 or 4, we'll get that PvP mode only. That sounds super cool too. And then it sounds like they'll finally like implement all of those into Season 5, which is basically the 1 year mark when Marathon came out. It's kind of like the Taken King. It's going to be like the Forsaken. So when Season 5 drops, it's going to be like this gigantic update that's going to like revolutionize the game, is what I believe. And I think that is going to be like the peak experience for Marathon, in my opinion. So I'm really looking forward to that and playing throughout the whole thing. I've been playing since a freaking alpha, played the beta, played Season 1. I'll probably play every season at this point, hoping that like it's like, so far for me, Marathon is like this experience rather than like this amazing game I want to play forever. So I'm going to keep enjoying the season experience, playing a little bit every season, and then we'll see Season 5 in 1 year mark if they're able to like make this the game for me. So I guess we'll see. For those of you who have joined us on this journey, we want to thank you. Your feedback, your endless support, and your passion have become the echoing chants that fuels us and conjure new ideas, create new solutions to problems, and have fun doing it. We're excited for you to join us as we grow into this game around you and the community you've created. For those of you who may be on the fence about whether or not we're the right game for you, thank you as well. We're excited to welcome you when you're ready to take the dive, so keep checking back in with us as we walk this journey, and if you get the itch, we'll be happy to have you. Alright, this is where I hit the stop button. I've written a lot of words. Time to get back to work and turn words into releases. Thank you infinitely, Joe. That was an amazing post. It's like so many things to come for the future. Gets me excited, honestly. I know Season 2 is going to be like the beginning of that a little bit, so I don't think Season 2 is going to revolutionize the game in any way, in my opinion. Season 3 probably, like I said, Season 5, though, when they finally implement all these new modes, I think that's going to be the moment, like I said. I also have the Season 2 details here. I guess I can kind of briefly go over that. Nothing, I don't want to read the entire thing. Well, maybe I will. Let me try to skim through here. The end of season update. As the season comes to an end, we want to embrace the feeling of liberated chaos that comes from knowing a fresh start for everyone is just around the corner. To that goal, the update 1.09 coming next Tuesday to amp up some of the rewards you can earn to make your runs more lucrative and exciting. Okay, hold on. Oh, end of season update. So end of season 1's actually going to get some exciting things. Let's see what they're going to say here. Guaranteed map events and keys. Locked rooms are guaranteed to drop from wardens. Locked room keys are guaranteed to drop from wardens for the remainder of the season. This is huge. Additionally, new map events like Intercept, Lockdown, Warden Spawns, Convoy, Anomaly will now be guaranteed on each run. Holy shit, that's amazing. So you can benefit from their better rewards even more often. That's exciting. Escalation in forces. Expect increases in bot presence across House City in response to runner activity. New warden encounters. Wardens can spawn at new points of interest in perimeter Dire Martian outposts. That's huge. Bot dropship flyovers and crash areas. They have increased dramatically on perimeter. Okay. Interesting. That's huge. Okay, so we have events guaranteed every single run, and they're also guaranteed to drop room keys. That's sick. Cryo Archive increased availability. Holy shit. We want more players to have their shot at Cryo Archive before the season closes, so the map will be available every day starting on May 21st. Okay, so 1 week from now, we're going to have it every day for the rest of the season? That's awesome. That's awesome. That's amazing. Those of you worried about losing it all at the Lose Everything Factory, don't worry. We'll be sending you a free Cryo Archive sponsored kit to your mailbox every day during this time. That's amazing, yo. Okay, sick. The rest of this season is going to be awesome. Players looking for the ultimate challenge will be able to test their mettle at Cryo Archive Ranked. This special version of Cryo will serve as a grand closure of the ranked queue for Season 1 and will be available from May 24th to May 28th. Note that regular Cryo will not be available at the same time as ranked Cryo. That's kind of cool though. Here are the ranked Cryo requirements. Runner level 25. There's low stakes for 3k. Oh, that's exciting. And then high stakes is 10k. So that means it's actually lower to get into Cryo ranked than regular Cryo. That's kind of cool. Shit, man, that's exciting. What else are they going to do? Faction progression. Through the end of the season, we're also increasing faction experience gains from all sources. Use your additional faction progress to reach the end of season goals you had your sights on. Okay, cool. Some balance changes. There's a Rook update. Signal Mask remains active longer when sprinting. Okay, cool. Key template changes. Getting down and losing your key has created an incentive to play extra passive. For the rest of Season 1, templates will be changed to Compromise rather than Fragile. Okay, that's better. New ways to find keys. We'll also be creating new places for deluxe keys to drop. Okay, cool. Prepare for the reset. When Season 2 begins, Marathon will go through its first ever seasonal reset. The goal is for everyone to have a clean slate and equal footing at the start of the new season. It's a time when the community can explore what's new, discover what's valuable, and chart a new path through the season together. Okay. Redeem those item rewards. All unclaimed gear and equipment reward packages from factions and codex will reset with the new season, so grab them now and make use of the goods while you can. Cosmetic items like styles, titles, emblems will auto-complete at the end of the season, automatically be available for use in Season 2. Okay. Ranked rewards. Bronze, 1, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, pinnacle. You get some like cosmetic rewards basically if you got there. Oh, there's a title. That's cool. Well, I didn't really get to play much of this, unfortunately, so. 2 things worth noting. You will only receive the emblem of the highest rank you reach, yada yada. Ranked titles are available for use for 1 additional season after the one you earn it. Ranked titles are available for use for 1 additional season after the one you earn it in. So if you earn Gilded Survival title in Season 1, you can still show it off in Season 2, but need to climb back up to Gold 1 again for it to carry over to Season 3. Oh, that's annoying. So if you actually reach the title for like a high rank or whatever, it only stays for like 1 other season and then it goes away again? That's kind of whack, honestly. Okay. Some cool skins for ranks. Affected by the season reset, so your runner level's going away, your ranked level goes away, all the faction stuff goes away, credits and other currencies except for like the paid shit. Everything in your vault goes away. Schemas go away. Contracts go away. Gear granting seasonal codex entries. Okay. Not affected. Cosmetics, codex challenges, faction unlocks, initial priority contracts, reward pass progress, Cryo Archive subroutine progress. Yeah, that's a real end game right there. Secure sponsored kits for Season 2. When Season 2 begins, Cyber Acme will be rolling out sponsored kits for your hard work this season. You'll be able to claim your sponsored kits. Okay, so if I hit level 75, you get superior. Oh, this kind of sucks how it doesn't go to 100, but whatever. So you get some free shit to start. And then finally, Night March is coming. So, let's see. Season 2, Nightfall begins on June 2nd and bring the new Night March zone, a new runner shell, new weapons, a new system to customize your runner shell stats called the Cradle. Customize your runner shell stats. Okay. Faster faction progression, several quality of life updates for your based on your feedback and more. Stay tuned. We'll reveal more things for Season 2 next week. Okay, that's amazing. One last thing is very fast. They had a quick little patch notes, etc. They nerfed grenades. You can still stack a bunch of grenades, honestly. It's like nerfed a little bit, but it didn't really change anything. There's still a bunch of grenade fights in Cryo. It's still really shitty. It's not nerfed high enough, in my opinion. I don't know if there's really anything here major to talk about. Yeah, not really. Grenades got nerfed a little bit. Didn't do shit. They got nerfed more. So that's pretty much all the updates. So we got minor nothing update for the hotfix I don't really care about. And then a bunch of information for the end of Season 1, what's to come Season 2, and then everything for the future. This is the super exciting stuff. This is what gets me excited for the future. But yeah, if you guys want to keep following me, I'm going to keep posting I'm going to keep playing Marathon at this point, so I'm going to keep posting all the news for Marathon Anytime I get some cool gameplay, I'll post it too. Just anything Marathon, you guys want to subscribe, and I'll keep posting. So let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll check you guys out later. See ya.